Islam is a religion which accommodates for all of mankind. So yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down the Quran onto mankind, and mankind live in different societies, obviously, and they have different experiences and different tastes and different cultures and different societies. But the religion of Islam is the same for everyone. So in Islam, there are two things that we generally have to understand. One is the beliefs, and the second is the application, the practice of Islam. Right, so the practice of Islam and the beliefs. The practice of Islam includes things like worship, and then you have dealings with other people, how you deal with them, and then you have marriage and all other things out there. Beliefs, on the other hand, are something which are a specific set of beliefs that all Muslims must have. So, for example, the oneness of Allah is one. You believe in the angels. You believe in the prophets that were sent. You believe in the day of judgment. These are the kind of beliefs that you have to hold. Now, when it comes to practice, there is a universal law that we all need to understand. What's that universal law? That universal law is basically this, is that Allah never burden humans more than they can take, more than their capacity. This is a verse of the Quran that we all need to be familiar with. What does this verse actually mean? It means that when it comes to the laws of Islam, when it comes to acts of worship, when it comes to dealings, when it comes to marriage, and when it comes to all of these things of practice aspect of Islam, Allah will ever burden a person more than they can bear. Right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's laws are fair. If a person is unable to pray, for example, then that person prays according to their ability. Right? So if you can't stand, you sit down. If you can't fast, then you make it up later on, or you pay compensation for it instead of fasting, and so forth. These are the rules of Islam which accommodate Islam. This make Islam easy to follow. So these are the things that we have to do. Now, on the other hand, there are certain things that are the do-nots of Islam. These are what we call the prohibition, things that are prohibited in Islam, things that we're not allowed to do in Islam. So, for example, we are not allowed to commit shirk, right, which is to do with belief. We are not allowed to gamble. We are not allowed to fornicate. We are not allowed to drink wine, and so forth. These are things that we are not allowed to do. Now, when it comes to not doing something, it is very easy for a person not to do something because you basically just don't do it, right? So, for example, if there's a guy and this guy is, you tell the guy, sit down, don't do anything, and he just sits down, doesn't do anything, right? That's quite simple. Just doesn't do anything. But when you tell someone to practice, when you tell someone to do something, this is where it can become very difficult. Not everyone has the ability to be able to worship Allah in the same way as everyone else. So everyone, you can say to a degree, is unique in how they do things. In Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He expects all of us to do the obligations in Islam. You pray 5 times a day and you fast one month a year, Ramadan. Yeah, these are things that you're expected to do, right? However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us